Hi, it's Wendy Hernandez with Command the Courtroom. In today's video, I want to talk with you about positioning yourself for success while you're in the family law courtroom. If you've started a family law case or you're getting ready to start a case, whether it's a custody case or a divorce case, there are little steps or little actions that you can take along the way to increase your chances of success. And I'm going to give you a few examples in today's video. First example. Say the other side is alleging that you have serious mental health issues or that you have any kind of mental health issue and you're denying that you have a mental health issue. One thing that you could do to squash that accusation or squash that allegation is go out and get a psychological evaluation or a psychiatric evaluation. Now, these evaluations do come at a cost, that is true, but you could end up saving money by getting an evaluation right off the get-go as opposed to having to fight this battle for months in your family law case. Now, it may be that you actually do have some sort of mental health mental health condition, and if that's the case, there is no shame in that. What you would do in that case is show the other party that what the condition is and what treatment you're receiving, and also show that you're abiding by the terms of the treatment that your doctor has prescribed for you. So by going above and beyond, you're positioning yourself to show the judge that you're not hiding anything and that you're willing to do what it takes to either squash the allegation or show that you're complying with a course of treatment. Another example is in a case where somebody might be accused of having a drug addiction. And when a client comes to me and they tell me, hey, the other side is going to accuse me of smoking pot or doing meth or whatever, the first thing that I usually tell my client to do is go out and get a drug test, and not just a urine test, and not just a urine test, but a hair follicle test to show that there are no drugs in his or her system for months going back. My clients often say, why should I have to prove this, though? I mean, I'm not doing drugs. They just pulled this allegation out of nowhere. Why should I have to entertain it? Well, if you want to put the issue to rest, then I would suggest you go above and beyond, get the drug test, and then squash the issue so you can move on with the real issues in the case. Let me give you another example. If custody is an issue in your case, and the other side is saying that they don't think that you would be able to co-parent with them, and as a result, joint custody or joint decision making is not in the best interest of the child or children, then I would start going above and beyond to be a really great communicator with the other side. Start reaching out to the other side via email or text or however it is that you communicate best with them, and share information about how the child is doing in school. If you know there's a special event coming up at the child or children's school, remind the other parent. Talk with the other parent. Get on the same page with them. Have conversations. Have meetings. Be the one to reach out and extend the olive branch. As hard as it might be, and as difficult as your ex may be, just your effort alone will show what you're willing to do. It will show that you're willing to take the extra step and go the extra mile to do what's best for your children. So let's talk about something else that I was having a conversation with a person about recently, and that is whether or not you should do what your judge tells you to do, especially when you don't agree with that. In your case, depending on where you are, a judge is probably going to decide it. If a judge is not deciding your family law case, then it may be a jury. But if you're in a situation or in a state where the judge is going to be making the final call in your case, then you really don't want to make the judge mad. That's the long and the short of it. No, judges are not perfect. No, judges do not know everything. And yes, judges often make mistakes. Sometimes judges misunderstand the facts and they make rulings based on misunderstood facts, and that is true. But by not following a court's order, especially if it's a temporary order, you are putting yourself in a position of really upsetting the judge. And if you upset the judge, when it comes time for that judge to make the final decision, he or she may be less inclined to see it your way. That judge may be less inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt, not only in the current case that is pending, but for years to come. So really the choice is yours. I understand that you may not agree with the judge as a matter of principle, and that's your right, that's your prerogative, and if you don't want to, then you don't have to listen to what the judge tells you to do. Understand though, If you don't do what the judge tells you to do, there will be consequences. They may not be good for you. You could be held in contempt, and they may not be in the best interest of the children. So, that's just my final word on setting yourself up for success. If there is a ruling that a judge has made that is based on misunderstood facts or perceptions, then you should do the research in your area, in your state, and see what you can do to clarify that. For example, in Arizona, there are motions to clarify that we can do, or motions for reconsideration. And maybe the judge will start to see things your way, and that has happened in some of my cases. And the judge has reversed a ruling or amended a ruling. But generally speaking, if a judge makes an order, you should follow it. If you don't follow it, then be prepared to suffer from the judge's wrath. Be prepared to suffer consequences that you don't like, and be prepared to have orders made that may not be best for your children. So, set yourself up for success by going above and beyond. And sometimes that means going above and beyond, even if you don't agree that you should have to do it. Especially if a case involves children, you should be willing to do whatever it takes to put certain allegations and accusations at rest quickly. So that's it for this week. I hope the video helped. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you have a comment, feel free to leave me a comment. If you have questions, write it in the comment section. If it's a really good question, I might feature it in an upcoming video. Remember to go to commandthecourtroom.com and sign up for my best interest checklist. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube so you can get the videos every week as they're released. Like us on Facebook, and I put the videos on Facebook as well. But until next week, keep on trucking, and remember to command the courtroom.